Ladies and gentlemen, what the hell is going on? Don't ask me because I don't know. I've been gone too long, but we're back and I'm with my main man, the Tico Fantasy Show. I'm MC on the mic. Wait. It's been so long. I forgot how to do this.
You can't even talk. That is not English.
Take whatever. I'm MC on the mic. Some know me as Matt Cohen. That's my co-host across the way.
Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
We are warming up. We are easing back into our podcast routine. We have been on the road. My man Tico's been crazy. It's sports. It's all sports all the time. We are in real season football, but we literally haven't talked since we talked about preseason football. So before we get into all the chaos that is P. Diddy, these dildos and this baby oil, let's talk about sports, bro, because there's a lot happening, including sports and the crossover into politics, which I don't want to talk about. I just want to say I don't want to talk about it. That's my thing. I just had to bring it up so I could say I don't want to talk
politics. About it. We're not talking politics today. We could have a whole deep dive there.
Listen, this weekend was in a place called Bowling Green, Virginia. I was about an hour south of Washington, D.C., and I was doing a convention there, so I drove down to see my singer-songwriter, entrepreneurial great friend Jason Mans. In this town, I went into his bar called The Heist. Now, if you haven't been to The Heist BG, that stands for the Heist Bowling Ground. Bowling Green is my first time. My first time talking, folks. You should go there. You should check it out. It's a small town. It's got small town feels. Feels like you're in a Hallmark movie, except it's real. Feels like you're in the Truman Show, except you're not. Point of this whole story, Tyler, is I'm sitting there and I told Jason I wanted to come in for karaoke night at his bar. There'd be some Supernatural fans, some local people. We'd do some karaoke. I'll pour a couple drinks. In the process of pouring a couple drinks, I met a young lady. She's about 25 years old, dark hair, light eyes, fair skin, very talented. She's an esthetician in Bowling Green. She's also just an all-around awesome human. And she goes, "You got a brother?" And I go, "Yeah, I got a brother." And I go, "Let me show off how cool he is. Let's go to the Tico Fantasy Show online." And I started hitting up the Tico Fantasy Show. So I don't know if you realize, but your brother, slid into your DMs with a message from this young lady. And that was the first thing I was going to put you on blast about. So now whether you call her or don't call her or respond to her or don't respond to me, that's up to you and the ball is in your court. But I'm just telling you, the fans that I used to have literally come up to me and go, "Hey, didn't you used to be an actor? Do you have a younger brother?"
That's crazy.
And I'm like, "Oh, damn."
That's a wild one. You know what's even crazier though? I saw this DM.
Uh-oh.
I saw this DM.
You were live on Twitch when I sent it.
Was I? Okay, that I don't know.
Bro, we were watching you. This was Thursday
a week ago.
evening. Thursday evening.
Okay, yeah. So I saw the DM. And that was just not English. I'm sorry. That DM, it made no sense. I screenshotted the DM and had to ask one of my friends, like, what? I don't know what this is. Am I getting hit on?
I was hitting on you.
I was so confused what that DM meant. Because, like, I don't know. You wrote that?
I wrote the DM, but I was texting it from behind the bar while I was literally
clearly, because the grammar is just all messed up. That is not English. That is Spanglish. That is not English.
Bro, that's how, what am I, Gen Xer? That's how Gen Xers
I honestly, I want to pull it up and find it so I can read it, because it's
You need to pull it up and find it.
It does not make any sense.
And I'm going to help make the crossover in between the 40-year-olds and the 20-year-olds understanding the same formation of a sentence, because I think I didn't use enough susses and
you didn't okay, wait, let me read you the message
word for word.
"Hey bro, I'm in Bowling Green, Virginia."
Got that part right?
Jason Mans. But okay, you also need to remember this. I'm not getting this DM from Matt Cohen. I'm getting this DM from lovely lady Meju.
Don't say her last name.
Oh, I didn't say. Is that her last name?
I don't know. I don't know what her last name is. I don't remember her first name.
Okay, well, it's just her username or whatever then. So, okay. So I got it from her account, so I don't know that that's you. How am I supposed to know that that's you?
What does the rest of the thing say?
She's saying to me, "Hey, bro, I'm in Bowling Green, Virginia at my buddy Jason Mans' bar called The Heist." There are some people that work in this town that may or may not be interested in knowing who you are, put it lightly. So this is me writing this message from a new friend's phone who wanted to follow you. Balls in your court. Now, how am I supposed to, like, now that I'm hearing it now that makes perfect sense that came from you. But at the time, when I see that DM and I see a random person saying, hey, bro, you know, I get a bunch of DMs. I don't know who that is. I was so confused.
Listen, this is your first taste of what a pain in the ass being online famous or any kind of famous is. People are going to call you, hey, bro, you met me at this place. Don't you remember?
So yeah, but how am I supposed to know that was you?
Well, I just gave you the perfect scapegoat. You could type back, I don't even remember my effing brother. So how am I supposed to remember you?
Oh boy, man. Oh boy.
I just lined you up for success. Anyways, this young lady was very nice, and I'm obviously married and old, and she's obviously single and young and thought mustaches were cool. So I thought, you got to meet my little brother. And then I go on I think I went on your TikTok. Do you stream Twitch live to TikTok?
Yeah, I do TikTok and Twitch at the same time.
Bro, you were going hard on something. I couldn't hear it because I was in the bar, but you were like,
was it a Thursday?
It was a Thursday night.
So on Thursday nights, we do this little thing called shots for subs.
Okay.
So people are able to sub to the stream, and if you sub, it costs a couple dollars, but you're able to watch the stream without like commercials and ads and stuff, and it like supports me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so a lot of awesome supporters and stuff, they sub. And so if I sub, you know, I don't want you to just waste your money and pay for nothing.
Hell
so I
yeah.
take a shot for them on Thursday nights.
How many shots did you take on Thursday night? How many?
We take a few shots.
What's Friday morning look like for you?
Oh man, Friday morning's awful. Friday morning starts really late.
Oh man.
Like Friday afternoon.
That's awesome though. I love that, and I love that you got some skin in the game by taking shots. You are risking your life for these supporters.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
It's a fun time.
We kind of vibed right over football because I got excited about the ball in your court indistinguishable. It's text message. Wait, what is that word that I'm looking for? It doesn't matter. It's non-legible.
We gotta get this guy a dictionary.
Bro, more than a dictionary. I need a Neuralink in my brain to soup it up a little bit.
Man,
what's going on with football, man? There's a lot happening. I've caught some Miami Dolphins stuff. What else? What's the big hype?
Football is wilding right now. You know, we're going into week 4. Well, actually, technically, we're not going into week 4. We got 2 Monday night games tonight for week 3. And then we're going into week 4. But it's been wild. A lot of defensive plays, not as much offense this season. It's interesting. A lot of teams who should not be 3-0 or 3-0. A lot of teams who are 0-3 should not be 0-3. But it's early in the season. We still got a long couple of weeks to go, 14 weeks left, and a lot to be figured out and determined.
Super Bowl predictions right now. If you had to drain your bank account, put it on one team to get there, not to win, who's the one team you guarantee Super Bowl?
Detroit Lions.
Get the out of here.
Detroit Lions.
What?
I bought a jersey. There's a Detroit Lions jersey on my table because I believe so much in the Lions.
Are you kidding me? What has got you so dead set that Detroit's going to dig itself out of its past brutal history of
they've never won a Super Bowl.
Right. So why them? Why now?
They got so close last year. They made it to the NFC Championship and lost to the Niners, who ended up going to the Super Bowl and losing.
Crushing.
But this year, it is just, I love that Lions team. They're so close to getting to a Super Bowl. They're so close, and this has to be the year. The coaching is fantastic. The players are great. They have these young rookies who are stepping up in a huge way. Second-year players who are playing out of their mind. It's a great team. They're very young. I love what they got going on, and they know how to get wins. They know how to get those hard, gritty wins, and I like that. I like what the Lions got going on.
And I gotta piggyback on that because I am, my writing partner Lee is a Detroit guy. He was a Detroit cop, and he is a diehard, heartbroken Detroit Lions fan, as there are so many others out there. In the last year's defeat to, San Fran was a heartbreaker, obviously. But so let's say Detroit gets to the Super Bowl and they're across from, I don't know, Kansas City.
That's what I think it's going to end up being.
What's that look like to you?
I think the Lions are one of the only teams who can beat the Chiefs.
God, from your lips to the whatever God y'all believe in to his ears, let's go. Let's get Detroit there. Let's get the underdog story. Let's get that championship. Let's give the city of Detroit, one of the cities that built America. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's
Motor
give them.
City.
Dude, I'm for that. I like that. You got me pumped up right now. I'm about
And
to go buy a jersey.
It stops the one of the worst things that could possibly happen, the Chiefs three-peat. We can't have the Chiefs winning 3 Super Bowls in a row. We can't let that happen.
They don't want to hear that shit, though. They don't want to hear it.
Everybody else besides people who live in Kansas City, Missouri, everybody else wants to hear that besides them.
Let's talk about Travis Kelce's haircut. First game. Or let's not.
Travis Kelce's actually been not very good so far through the first 3 games. It's actually a huge talking point in the NFL right now. Has Travis Kelce fallen off?
How much do you think is a result of his occupation in his new Hollywood spotlight? You know, he's constantly under scrutiny from, let's say, tabloid people and news media people and entertainment pop culture people. And as much as him and Taylor might be this beautiful love story, this prince and princess, and we want them to be blah, 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 how much is that pulling him away from the game, you think?
I don't really know if that's the problem. Travis Kelce, I hate to say it, but in football age, he's old. He's getting up there. He's been playing football at an elite level for a very long time. And, everybody's been saying for multiple years now, Travis Kelce's going to fall off this year. He's going to fall off this year. He's going to fall off this year. And he never has. But now, last night, the Chiefs played. He had 2 receptions for 4 yards. So I don't know. I think this might be the season Travis Kelce finally falls off.
Does he retire if they don't go to the Super Bowl?
No.
How old is he? He's younger than his brother.
He's like 34, 35.
Come on. How old was Gronk when he came back?
Gronk is actually the same exact age as Travis Kelce, I believe.
Oh my gosh. So Travis Kelce, if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, might drop out. Gronk might come in. Brady might take over. Who knows what's going to happen in Kansas City?
Brady's doing announcing now. He's pretty good at he's decent at it. He had a bad game in the beginning, but he's good now.
He's going to be great at it because Brady doesn't know how to do anything that doesn't leave him in greatness through hard work through the end of that journey. Goat. That's why we love that dude. His roast is up for several Emmys.
Yeah, it was one of the best. It was probably one of the best things I watched on Netflix this year.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the sickest, most twisted night of comedy we've seen in a long time. And guess what, America? We need a little sick and twisted comedy to remind us that we don't have to be offended by everything. We can just let shit slide.
Ain't that the truth?
All right, let's talk Miami Dolphins real quick. And I know this isn't a sports podcast, but you're my sports knowledge. You're my sports brain. Where are the Dolphins at? What are they looking like?
The Dolphins are, I don't know if you saw, but last week, Tua I never can say his last name correctly, Tua Tagovailoa, suffered a very, 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 very terrible concussion. Very, very bad, very, very serious. Prayers go out to him.
Yeah.
And he's been placed on the IR. He's going to be out for the next month. And we are scrambling at quarterback, and our options are not very good.
Oh, shit. Do we become a wishbone, run-only, running back throws the pass out of the flat? Like, what do we become to survive this season? Or how many games does Tua have to be out to clear a concussion? Is it 6 to 8 weeks now? Is it 4 to 6?
He's technically could come back in 10 days, but since he's had so many serious concussions in the past, they put him on the IR, which means he has to be out for a minimum of 4 games. So
okay, good.
The soonest we can see Tua back on the field is like week 6.
As much as I hate to lose him for that period of time, I'm happy to see him give his brain the chance to recover, heal up properly, and come back not a vegetable by the time he's 40 years old. Yeah. So good for him. We're sending our prayers out. How does the rest of the team step up? I mean, Tyreek Hill gets arrested by Miami PD, shoved face down on the asphalt. What is the hell is going on, bro?
That was a misunderstanding. That was
a misunderstanding on a massive level.
Those police did not handle that whole situation. Was not handled correctly on either party. Everybody handled that situation wrong.
Yeah.
That was
I lost track after the videos surfaced. I think it was like 3 or 4 days after. Where did it end up? I'm sure those guys have got put on some administrative leave or something.
Yeah. I believe they're on leave. Tyreek Hill is trying to get the guy fired at the moment, so that's a whole legal battle now, and so it's a whole thing. Because Tyreek Hill doesn't really care about suing and getting money and all that. He wants justice. He wants the guy to get fired, and he wants the guy to be held accountable for what he did, as he should.
Right. Right. Yeah. It was an uncomfortable situation to watch unfold, and so just it's just so unnecessary for it to go unfortunately that way both sides. Obviously I side with Tyreek on this one. And I want to just say this, like, I am a constant supporter of our police and military, and we appreciate you guys and the boys and girls in blue keeping us safe all over the country, but there are misunderstandings. Everybody wakes up on the wrong side of the bed. Who knows who gets in a fight with their spouse that morning and takes it out on Tyreek Hill with a knee in his back? I'm
Yeah.
just saying the country is a little tight right now. We got to loosen up and give some humanity back to each other.
Yeah, that's the truth. That was a ugly situation, but I don't know. It'll unfold in due time.
Now, my brain is shooting in 100 different directions because I haven't talked to you in like 2 months. But I don't know if you caught any boxing this weekend, but Anthony Joshua, the great Anthony Joshua, who's sponsored by Under Armour, who beat Klitschko to gain a belt years ago, fought Daniel Dubois. Dubois, I think that's how you say his name. I believe he's French. And he got knocked the F out. It was 3 rounds and he was down like 48 times. I didn't know even what I was watching, but this is a crazy thing because nobody expected this to happen, right? So everybody knows Daniel Dubois is a great boxer. I don't know if you know or care, but does Anthony Joshua, so if you're a heavyweight fighter and you've kind of won one, lost one, won one, lost one, but the wins are against big guys, the losses are against big guys. His performance this past Saturday night seems like what I like to describe as an absolute ass whooping. I wonder if this guy retires. Do you have any take on that on the boxing
How
world?
old is he?
I would say mid 30s. I could be making that up. I really don't know how but he's the man is in shape. He boxes real serious. He's adamant that he's not retiring and that small nuances in a big fight determine a big fight, and he's not wrong. But this boy whipped his ass. I suggest you go and watch a 3-minute highlight from DAZN, DAZN, whatever you want to call it, and say, oh shit, that looked like if I got in the ring with a professional boxer. Like, it didn't look good for him. And I want to say I'm a fan, but also I worry about boys' brains. I worry about guys and girls' brains in fight sports, as we know all this stuff now. So I think Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua is the fight.
Oh boy,
bro, come on.
We love some Jake Paul fights. Woohoo!
I love me some Jake Paul, bro. I'm a constant supporter of the Paul brothers. I like all the bullshit and chaos they do. I like the entertainment they bring. I watch Jake's YouTube channel. I'm not ashamed to say I'm about to be 42 years old next week, whenever that happens.
Boom.
And listen, I'm a Jake guy. I like to see his nonsense. But Jake and Tyson, you don't have to be a boxing fan to appreciate this chaos. What do you think happens there? Does Tyson hold on. Does Tyson just collect a check, or does he want to knock out the young guy to prove a point that the old guy still has it?
Both? Can you have both?
But what happens? What are the repercussions of Jake Paul knocking out a 60-year-old man?
Oh boy, that's gonna be a great headline. CBS is already running with that one.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think, like,
Jake Paul knocks out 60.
Do you think Donald Trump will show up at the Jake Paul fight?
No.
Where's the fight? Do you know where the Tyson Paul fight is? It's Texas, isn't it?
Was it Texas?
I think it's like the stadium.
It's Texas, Jersey, or Vegas. It's one of the three.
Whoa, let's talk about Vegas. Speaking of tangents, let's talk about the UFC fight that just happened in the MGM Sphere that we did not go to.
I was watching that. I was so sad I didn't go to that. Oh man, I wish I paid the money.
Did you see Rogan's like?
It's so dope.
Rogan goes in and he's like filming, I think on his phone, and he's like, Rogan's a guy that says, I'm stoned sometimes, I do this, but like the dude looked like he might have been on mushrooms. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna say shit about Rogan. He does his own thing. He's obviously an empire, but the way he was looking at the sphere, he was I mean,
it's pretty mesmerizing. It was pretty awesome what they did out there. Like that whole sphere thing. It's sad. I like to think they're going to have more UFC events there. I like to think so. They're saying they're not going to. That's what Dana White is saying. I think that's bull crap. I don't believe that for a minute.
I don't like it.
But I think they will eventually do another event there. And if they do, I'm going.
Do we do a Conor McGregor event? Like, it needs to be a Conor McGregor event or like some
big
shout
out Conor McGregor, Proper 12.
Yeah, how is it? You like it?
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't mind it. I think it's good.
You can't say it's bad right now. We're on
It's
a
very
podcast.
it's like I call it a tequila whiskey.
Okay. I don't know
It's a
what the hell
very
that means.
light whiskey.
All right, well that's good. That means you could drink more of it and you take more
Yeah.
shots during your Twitch. Is
It's
that what
it's
you're
good
shooting
for
during your
yeah.
Twitch?
Yeah. Out of the Zach Bryan boot.
Let's go, man. When I look at the younger generation, you give me hope, son. You give me hope. Let's shoot proper 12 shooters out of Zach Bryan boots and Godspeed, MNFers.
Sure.
I was in DC this weekend and I wanted to sing I've been wanting to sing this song Heavy Eyes. I've been wanting to cover Heavy Eyes on stage. I went by a round of applause. Does anybody know Zach Bryan's song Heavy Eyes? Not one person knew it. And I was like, well shit, I can't sing a song because it's a clap and sing along song, you know?
You got to whip out Revival.
I know, but there's something about the like rhythm of the fast pace of that Heavy Eyes that reminds me of just wild good times, and I just want to take one too many shots at proper 12 and put my boots on, you know?
I love Zach Bryan, man. Zach Bryan's the best.
Bro, shout out to Zach Bryan. And speaking of Zach Bryan, as I brought his name up on stage, somebody brought to my attention that Zach Bryan might be in a feud with Taylor Swift because Zach Bryan said something about Kanye West being superior to Taylor Swift. What is going on? What happened? What was it, you know?
Zach Bryan, there were three things he said. I can't remember what the other two were, but one of them was Kanye with one of those, I don't know what you call them, the math sign,
like a greater than,
less
than?
Yeah. He put one of those towards Kanye, open towards Kanye. So Kanye.
Like this was a social media post?
Yeah, on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And people didn't like that. People were not a fan of that one. And I think he did it just to troll everybody because he does that all the time on Twitter. He's a huge troll. Yeah. And he had to delete Twitter. He had to post a humongous apology on Instagram. And still, these Taylor Swift fans are, they're bashing him and doing what they can to make sure he remembers what he said.
Bro, Taylor Swift is a mafia.
Yeah, it's a cult. It is a cult.
Bro, it's more than that. They're more powerful than a cult. A cult is just a bunch of people who listen to them. These fans of Taylor fight for her whether she asks them or not. I love it, right? I love Taylor. I love what she's done.
Yeah, you can't say you don't.
Listen, if I won't say a negative thing because there'll be a knock at the door before I get off this podcast. I'll be like, oh, hello.
You'll have a big box.
Listen, I sang Taylor Swift songs at karaoke this weekend, had a great time. I wish Zach Bryan and Taylor Swift would do a mashup together. The two artists that would be great together. I do like a troll. I'm not going to say that I don't like an inflammatory post here and there that causes people to go crazy about a social media post because people, it's social media posts. It's the equivalent of a Post-it that everybody can see. Like, that's what it is. It's like, what are we getting so worked up? Remember there was a time when you could like learn stuff on Twitter and Instagram and you can also make sick jokes and ridiculous ass shit, memes, GIFs. Like that's where it started. Social media comedy is based on talking a little shit. Like, let's let it ride.
Now it's become this big old dangerous canceling monster thing that
I thought we were moving away from cancel culture. Like, stop.
We are. I mean, Zach Bryan, you can't cancel him at the end of the day for saying Kanye West is better than Taylor Swift. You can't cancel him for that. But people, these Taylor Swift fans will try. If the cancel culture is still alive, that is no offense to Taylor Swift fans or anything, but that is where it might reside.
Here's the challenge, right? Let's let Taylor and let's let Zach show who's better. Let's let Kanye.
Boxing match?
No, musically, artistically, entertainment-wise.
Dance battle?
Listen, Kanye, there's no argument. He's a fantastic artist. Taylor Swift, there's absolutely no argument. She's the queen of America. She is our queen. She does it. She's done it year after year. She continues to do it. Now, who's to say who's better? I'll tell you what. I'd like to see a mashup, a Kanye-Taylor track. Right now, I'd like to see Kanye put a verse on any one of her old tracks. They don't even need anyone.
Funny. That'd be pretty good.
It'd be amazing.
They'd probably try to cancel him for that though.
I know, but that's okay. Listen, you got to fight back and you got to keep going. And if you're if your motive is good, if your motive is I am that great artist, let me prove it to the world, then let's go. Give people the space to let that shit shine. And a little bit of shit talking here, I'm not gonna lie to you, makes people rise to the occasion. You know, you could
Yeah.
step up your game with somebody going, you can't do it. And you're like, oh, yeah, well, I can do it. Or you can go, you can't do it. And somebody goes, well, I hate you for saying I can't do it. Like, let's go, step up and do it. We got to get out to the desert. When you coming to Joshua Tree?
Dude, it's football season. I'm busy, man. Look at this place. Look at this
Bro,
thing, dude. Look at this. It's like a freaking fever dream in
I
here.
am in the process of making you a studio that's even better than that studio you're in right
We need
now.
that.
We got the Starlink hooked up. Shout out to Elon Musk. I know he's a controversial figure at this point in some people's eyes, but when the man makes internet, boy, does it rain internet. I'm talking big speeds out there in the Joshua Tree Desert. It's really wild. It's really wild. So yeah, we need to do some studio stuff out there. Also pickleball tournament. Drunken. Okay,
Oh,
we're gonna get to the desert.
oh,
We're gonna go on your Twitch live. We're gonna do shots for subs, but it's gonna be you do a shot, I do a shot, 1-on-1 pickleball. People can bet on us. They can wager, and we'll have a
oh, that's
prize.
fun. That actually
That's
sounds
fun.
fun.
It's a
You just
great
can't
time.
if you just can't say the word bet. If you say the word bet, you will get banned from TikTok. I figured that out a week ago.
I don't mean bet. I mean make a friendly wager.
Exactly. That's a great point you say there.
Friendly wagers, because we're not a betting company nor a betting platform, nor would we support compulsive gambling amongst the younger generation with the money that they're already
Oh,
making off TikTok ads.
yeah, exactly what he just said.
That's my statement for today. Um, I just don't want to get political, and I don't want to get too pop culture-y political, but 700 dildos and a million bottles of baby oil. I'm just leaving it at that. I don't need to say anything else.
What are you doing with all that baby oil? It's so much baby oil. You can't use that much baby oil.
In defense, no, I'm never gonna say that. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
that.
that sentence was going pretty wild.
I gotta shut it down. I gotta cancel Matt Cohen right now, bro. He's out. Not in defense of anything that's going on with that situation, because that situation is an absolute shit show and it's very unfortunate. And I hope the men and women that are supposed to get in trouble get in effing trouble for that, because it's ridiculous. But once upon a time, I was in a fraternity, and once upon a time, we were gonna do just dudes wrestling in a blow up pool, and we bought 500 bottles of KY jelly
Okay.
to make it obviously more dangerous and have a water-based lubricant that wouldn't burn our eyes. You
It
know,
does good. It does good. I just can't understand what you could do with a million bottles of it.
and I really don't know where
Not
700 dildos come in, dude.
not and it's not like he has like those little bottles like that you get at like the convenience store or something. He had like jugs, like 5-gallon drums of that stuff.
Maybe he has dry skin.
Really, 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 really dry skin.
All right, moving on. Moving on before we've ruined all of society. What else is going on in the world? We got, I know no politics, but we do have an election coming up right around the corner, and boy, oh boy, is shit getting colorful, man. It is getting wild out there.
Yeah.
I just want to say to anybody that watches this, vote. Just go vote. Make a vote. Doesn't matter who, but vote for somebody you like. Just get out there and put your name, put some skin in the game, and say, hey, man, I'm here. I'm trying to help the country go in this direction or that direction. Get out and do it, because if we're voiceless and we just sit on podcasts talking shit, we're not really backing up what we're saying. So get out there, support your guy or girl, and hope for the best by Christmas, man. I don't
That's
know.
it. That's it. Hope for the best by Christmas. Get ready. That's the line right there.
Hanukkah starts on Christmas this year.
Oh, does it? That's late. That's really late.
Yesterday, I saw a post on Instagram that said this year Halloween falls on Friday the 13th for the first time in 666 years. And then
That's sick.
I found out that's a lie,
Oh.
because Halloween's on a Thursday, I think.
Oh, that's not sick. That's not it. That would have been really cool.
It would have been so cool. And it's definitely on a Thursday.
That's such a dumb thing. Wait a minute. How can Halloween be on Friday the 13th?
I don't know.
It's the
Why couldn't it be?
31st of October.
Well, I know, but doesn't it change every year? The day?
Friday the 13th is always Friday the 13th.
Oh, shit.
That's impossible. That's not. That's great. That's not possible.
I didn't think about it from that angle.
Maybe you can flip it around, but no, it's not. That don't work. That don't. Oh boy.
I'm crying because I just never felt this stupid before. Ever.
That was the whole point of the post.
He got me.
That was the whole joke.
Bro, the guy got me so bad.
That was the whole joke. Oh man, that's terrible. Oh, God.
I am full sweating, crying, thinking about.
Oh, I'm full sweating too.
It was last night. I checked twice. And here's the thing. I never looked up the date to be the 13th. I just looked at the 31st and I was like, the 31st is a Thursday.
That's oh boy. I don't even know how to. That's a big mess up right there.
God, bro, I've got to do something about my mental health because clearly I'm not well.
It's not good.
Do you see my eyes right now, bro?
You need some neurogum.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else there's left to say at this point.
Too hard. Sheesh.
I think that's it. I mean,
we got to clip that one.
Friday the 13th is not October 31st.
I'm gonna clip that. That's funny as shit.
Oh my God. And the fact that you just pointed it out right now. Well, whew, so we're going to have Halloween on a different day. It'll be on the 31st, whatever day that falls on.
Halloween.
Apparently a Thursday. When's Friday the 13th?
Probably Friday the 13th. Would add up. I think there was wasn't there just a Friday the 13th? Wasn't there Friday the 13th this year?
Yeah,
there was just a Friday the 13th. It just happened
2 weeks ago. Not on Halloween.
No Friday the 13th on Halloween. You can watch the movie.
All right. Let's get the hell out of here. Tell everybody that doesn't know because they haven't seen our faces in 2 months, talk our shit, where they can find you and what the hell you're doing. Because I know you have several different things going on right now. I don't want anybody to miss out on all the live stuff, which I accidentally fell into and was awesome and found myself watching from behind the bar while I was serving drinks. So where can everybody find your stuff and what are you doing right now?
First of all, we got TikTok at Tico Fantasy Show, TCO Fantasy Show. You can go over there. We're posting 3 to 4 videos a day following the NFL and some other sports leagues. Forgot to talk about the WNBA. WNBA is currently in the playoffs right now, but that's another talk for another day.
That's right.
Yeah, but we're following sports over there. You can also head on over to Twitch at Tico Fantasy Show. We're live streaming Thursday Night Football at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and Sunday Night Football 8 p.m. Eastern Time. What else is there? You can head on over to the Autograph app and check out the Not a Football Show. I have a little podcast I do over there with my friend, a little 30-minute episode. You go over there, make sure you use code TICO and sign up. And yeah, that's where you can check me out.
There you have it, folks. My man, Tico Fantasy Show, is showing up. He's dropping knowledge bombs across people. Listen, if you're interested at all or know anything from fantasy football to NFL football to the WNBA to really all sports, you're not going to find somebody that's more relatable than my brother to talk about it and help you and energetic, right? You bring the sense of enthusiasm that kind of pulls people in that aren't even interested in NFL football or sports. So check him out. It's very exciting. We're going to do more podcasts through the rest of the year. We have slowed down a little bit this summer because he got busy with sports and I got busy with not knowing what day is what date. Yeah. And we are moving, growing, shaking and shooting. We are shaking and baking, and we'll be back, folks. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'm MC on the mic. That is my co-host with the most,
Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show.
And we will see you soon, people. Thank you for tuning in. You can see us on Spotify. You can watch full episodes on YouTube. I will break out some clips of some embarrassing shit of me not knowing that October 31st can never be Friday the 13th. And we'll see you next time. Peace, everybody.
Peace.